We're not going to learn about mukbangs. Even, I'm actually kind of happy to live in blissful ignorance, like I do the rest of my life. Chefy, hello. How are you? Just blissful ignorance. All right. I've had some chips. I've peed. I've hydrated, and we're in for the set I kind of have been looking forward to the most. Oh, chef, I'm sorry. I'm not a music stream like you. You got to put up with my dulcet tones instead. Oh man, I'm in chef's bad books. Shit. Not good. Anyway, the set I've kind of since I saw the draw, I earmarked Pl0tterGhost versus JawolopingChris as something that was going to be a lot of fun. Two really good high-level, high-rated players who go about it in different ways. And I'm just going to get the game started. And it's going to be really interesting. JawolopingChris, famous for his cumin ram pushes in Feudal Age, famous for his aggression, sees the game in a different way, and has picked the Incas, which is fascinating. Now, if Kados is in chat, we know there's a mistake already. Two houses? Why not one house, one barracks? Famous insta-drush from Kados. Very, very possible with the Incas. But we know Chris will be cooking something, so that's not to worry. There's always room in the kitchen. Now, Mongols have been banned by Chris. Chris is consistently banning Mongols, does not want to come up against them. And Pl0tterGhost bans Magyars. I expect Pl0tter to be well aware of Chris, but I think I'm not 100% sure if they do know each other, but I expect Pl0ttter to be aware of Chris and how he plays. Salmon, don't you reckon an insta barracks would have been amazing here? So, Georgians versus Incas. So Chris could be going all in eagles, could be going archers, could be cooking something quite interesting here. We've seen Chris do fast castles and siege. There's a lot of cooking that happens. We don't know exactly what it's going to be until it happens. The fact that we are on wood already is very interesting to me, but we are dropping a lumber camp. So I don't think we're cooking as hard as I thought we were. And I think Pl0tter's just going to go about this pretty regularly. Georgians, mule cart, great sieve, cav heal. They've got a lot that they can do. Quite a strong sieve, quite a hard to beat sieve. And I wonder if Pl0tter's just going to get ready to hold a line and push. Now, loom for Chris, and Chris isn't, like, you don't get housed as the Incas. So why are we getting loom so early? Did we not have enough food? Am I missing something? Where are the blue dots? This is a heavy wood early. Heavy wood early. I think it's not going to quite be an insta barracks, but I think we're going to see a barracks soon. I think we're going to see a forward barracks, and we're going to see a lot of aggression, which is great. Just making sure we push all our deer in. So runestones, kind of like Arabia, but you get woodlines. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Woodlines spawning quite consistently around the base. You get 3 to 4 woodlines, and they're a lot easier to wall. And your gold spawns a bit closer, and most importantly, your deer spawn closer. So faster uptimes are a lot easier to achieve because you can get quite food heavy. So it does allow fast cast. Oh, this is a fast castle. Forum wood. This must be a fast castle. We haven't seen anything else. Okay, so it's going to be fast castle siege, I would suggest in that case, like a siege monk play. But Chris has been in the kitchen and Chris has been cooking. Incas with the 2 houses, you don't need to build another house to get up. And let's see what's Pl0tter's on their way up. So, and Pl0tter is out scouting. So this is really good from Pl0tter. Going to get that vision before going up to Feudal Age. And definitely looks like it's going to be scouts from Pl0tter. Oh, can Pl0tter find all these sheep? This could be disastrous. Don't run the TC though. Oh. Gets 5 sheep and dies. But 2 sheep go down. That's actually pretty big. And these sheep, separate them. One's gonna go this way, one's gonna go this way. Don't let Chris get both of them. One's gonna go out into that corner and one's gonna go out into this corner. Separate them. Separate them. Oh no, Chris isn't gonna find them. That's huge. Chris has just lost 400 food on what looks like a fast castle. How wrong am I? You don't go this hard forward on a fast castle. Incas. Cheaper towers. Stronger villas, but that's only castle age. And Chris finds the sheep. So he gets that 200 food back. But this is going to change the plan a little bit. So Pl0tter went up with that loom. Losing the scout does hurt Pl0tter quite a lot. It does mean that Chris can just run forward. But Chris hasn't scouted because Chris was looking for... Chris has just guessed. What happens... Now, in Arabia, the TC could have spawned here or here or here. Chris has just guessed the TC is right here. And guessed correctly. But is this runestones? You see 2 militia in play. I think that will be men-at-arms. We've got enough gold. And Pl0tter sees Chris with 4 vills. With the new scout. That scout will heal. So can take a little bit of damage. That's fine. And actually looking to push back, which is quite nice. But definitely pushing the scouts in. Getting the spearmen out. Army numbers will be critical here. Ooh, dragging the militia in. And there's the forward range. And generally speaking, we will see like a tower here as well. But Pl0tter engaging, and there's a lot of pressure here. I don't know if Pl0tter wants to engage. Men-at-Arms is on its way in though. We have traded a bit of HP and going to deny the range. Temporarily at least. Kill a Vill. Keeping the scouts alive really, really nicely and making more. That's quite well done. But Men-at-Arms is in now, so that does change the complexion, and we do lose our first scout. The Vills have had a bit of HP traded on them, so Pl0tter is going to force the engagements into this section though. Gets under the TC. And towers over the gold, and a blacksmith being dropped, and Pl0tter pounces. Pl0tter sees the men-at-arms out of position, drags them back into position. Can we get one? We should be able to get 2 vills here, right? That's one. Oh, goes for the archer. Actually really nice. And really good wall here. Protecting this area, forcing the engagements to come under the tower. Blacksmith does go up. Now, Chris has not made a vill since going up. There's just been idle TC. And we've lost mostly all of our forward vills but 1. So I missed that, but Pl0tter did some really good micro. Let's just go watch it back, because I think we should give Pl0tter credit for the way they played that. So there's 3 vills, and it's bang, we've already killed 1. Bang, gets that one, nice, and gets out without losing a scout. So that's really good from Pl0tter. And Chris's aggression has caused a bit of idle eco time. As you can see, very similar idle eco numbers though. Pl0tter has really held their cool quite nicely. And dropping farms. Now, I think we need a spear from Chris, which has been made. Oh, this is a bit of a disaster for Pl0tter though. Where is the spear from Chris? Has it gone back home? No, it's just on the other side of the wood line. But we see the men-at-arms walk in, but Pl0tter's got this area nicely secured. So it's not too big an issue. And has actually stopped producing scouts. Where was the mule cart positioned? I missed it. Oh dear. Yeah, okay. Yep. the mule cart was positioned like it was ready to go. And we're going to go for an archery range transition. So if this becomes a bit of a skirm play. Now we've used our tower to protect this area, but we've now had to abandon our wood line. So it doesn't feel great. And there are eagles out. Expecting the skirm transition, we're transitioning to eagle archer. And this is just all in, right? Chris is slowly adding villagers, but that's a secondary concern to adding army here. And Pl0tter doing a good job to keep the TC running. Now needs the garrison to kill this archer. Don't. Oh dear. Yeah. With an all-in strategy like this, every army you kill unnecessarily for your opponent is huge for you. But we're going to lose Vills to Eagles. Chris pulling back. Okay. Chris does have fletching, and the skirms are going to be in production now. So coming back down here, very nice. Splitting the army up. I do like that. And splitting the eco. Yep. It would be really nice. It's hard because Chris has actually got pretty good vision around the place. But it would be really nice to see, like, a wood line relocated out here. You just see idle eco time is going to add up really quickly here. But again, Pl0tter doing a pretty good job of managing it. Pl0tter actually just rushing... No, not going to go forward. But here we go. Diving on the Vills with all the infantry. And the Vills are going to fight the infantry back. And this is where the Vill kills are going to come in. It is 3-3 eco deaths, but it's going to start to climb. 5-3. Should be 4-3. And this infantry is too strong. The Eagle's presence makes it really hard for the skirms there. Chris has now taken an eco lead. Look at that. Chris's TC is up and running. This is obviously the garrison point, which quite hurts. But Chris's macro is starting to really get going. And all the pressure's down and we're building a forward market. Where's TDI? And the Eagles are going to... They should deal with the skirms quite nicely, but they have traded a little bit of HP. But it's going to... The Eagle can just push back 7 skirms like that. And the archers looping around the other side, and they're going to find the berries. And all these Vills are low HP. And archers to 9 that wood line. Chris playing really well. Chris's aggression is hard to deal with. And you're safe at home, right? Pl0tter with a little bit of a quick wall. But this is the issue, right? The HP that we've traded on our infantry, the men-at-arms still got a bit of HP, which is nice. But that is going to make it really hard for Pl0tter. But the archers are what's going to kill us right now. But Chris's eco is just getting going. It's got the eco high, it's got the army high. Just with those Vill kills, that just starts to make a difference. And Chris is going to be clicking up very soon as well. And then it becomes a bit of a siege push, which is very hard to deal with. And the siege workshop probably gets dropped here, right? And then you push from here. And Castle Age is in. We're just tickling the Eagles to death. Ooh, losing archers to the TC. Trading HP to the TC. Wicked. Oh dear. That Vill got chomped. But I think, look, it's going to take a lot for Pl0tter to get out of this. The fact that he's just so forever feudal is really going to hurt. And it may just be a Castle Age into GG position here. See Chris with the macro transition, keeping on farms going, moving off wood, heavy on gold. I'm sure this is going to be a siege push. Chris is a unique player and is showing all of their skills right here. Just reading and understanding the game well and playing to a, you know, a military advantage. Not letting macro take control. And Castle Age is in. And Pl0tter's macro has just not been able to be clean. We haven't been able to get our farms going. Dropping a market, and here's the siege. Siege, I mean, like, who expects a siege workshop in the back corner of their base? Well, I guess you see the market there. And we're down to field fighting. Vodkin, crossbow coming in. We've got armor on our eagles. The eagles are now stronger. But the skirms doing their job, and we've kept the skirms alive quite nicely. 14 kills on the skirms means there's not actually a ball of crossbow. But Pl0tter still just gonna have to market abuse their way through. But there, no market action from them. This mango is gonna hurt a lot. Eagle numbers are good. There we go. Here's the market abuse. Here we go. We should be clicking up shortly. And Pl0tter is taking the eco lead. Obviously, Chris had the Castle Age research time, but these walls aren't going to do much. We're just going to go straight for the vills, right? Bang. And Pl0tter calls the GG. And game 1 goes to Chris. And Chris with the aggression. I mean, you know it's coming, right? It's kind of like Maxi. You know it's coming, you know it's happening, but it doesn't make it any easier to deal with. It's quite intense. But you like it. So good game there. Well played, Chris. Well played, Pl0tter. Pl0tter, like early on, Pl0tter was looking so good, but I think just missed the army numbers possibly. I think do you fight this with a bit more army as men at arms? Possibly what you need. I don't know. I honestly think this is really hard to deal with. But does Pl0tter have something in store for Chris? Because if that's how Chris likes to play, there's no chance of doing that on Pl0tter's home map. We go to Sandbank, which is for those who haven't seen it yet, the exact opposite of what we've just seen. So let's quickly look. Civ's band were Italians for JawolopingChris and Byzantines for Pl0tterGhost. Now we saw Byzantines do quite well against Pl0tter in the last game. And what do we got here? Looks like a little bit of a Byzantines, Dravidians mirror matchup. And Chris has a good laugh. Now, I think we're going to see Dravidians played in 2 completely separate ways here. And I hope that Chris goes for a landing and puts a bit of land pressure on. But we know Pl0tter's going to want to play on water. So, favorite thing to do on this map? There is, or I think, can you pass over that? Possibly you can pass over that. I think there is. I think you can pass over that too. I think there's no safe fish boom area. Not 100% sure. Maybe Pl0tter's got some little bit, but Pl0tter doesn't really have any back fish, so Pl0tter's going to have to forward fish. And JawolopingChris does have a bit of back fish, and this is, you could dock block this quite easily and then fish in the middle. Yeah. But, you know, that's resources you have to spend. So, Pl0tter on deer, kind of under the TC spawning deer. Is that how this map goes? Pretty close to it. Okay. But yeah, we're just going to see a bit of a transition. I think possibly fast castles from both players. I really want to see Chris go fast feudal transport ship, drop 2 archery rangers. But we'll see what happens. You kind of have to be aware of that if you're Pl0tter. You got to be kind of keeping scouting up. You pick Milan, get the only gen where dock blocks not available. Man, Salmon, that's horrible. How have your sets been going, Salmon? I know you had a good 1-all against Happy the Andy. How have the rest of them been going? Might have to do a special Salmon cast if no one's looking after Division B one day. Just put the spotlight on him. And oh, I missed it. That's a safe pond. Dock it. It's worth it for 1 fish and infinite fish traps. Fun is all that matters, Salmon. Fun is all that matters. If you can, particularly if you can lose and have fun. It's the most important thing. Yeah, Pl0tter's going to say this and be like, what the actual? But hey, Fish Trap City. And Chris, you going to go dock with this fill, I imagine? It's not as consistent, the like spawning of shorefish and deep fish on this map, but there's enough out there. Okay, so Pl0tter is going to have safe fish. And Loom coming in for Chris. So I kind of like Dravidians throughout this matchup. I think they've got a better Feudal, better Dark Age, better Castle Age, better Imperial. So I think the Dravidian move's pretty good. I think it's going to be fascinating. I'm really curious to see how Chris handles this, because Chris is definitely, like, I'd say this is out of their comfort zone from what I've seen. Thanks, Vermin. I like me too. Or is it Salmon you like? No Civ repeats, no strategy repeats, no sense what I mean. Yeah, fair enough, Salmon. Do you know what? I'm kind of the same. I like to play different Civ every time on my home map. But I didn't really get to play the strategy and cooked, because my opponent cooked harder than me. So I will do 1 Civ repeat, if you will allow that. I like salmon. I just like salmon in general, but lemon pepper salmon does sound pretty delicious. And is Pl0tter like, has he had his what the fuck moment yet? Yeah, it's happened. It has happened. And Pl0tter's up to Feudal first. Oh no! Oh, that's a dead Vil. No! Well done, Chris! Had to garrison 5 Vils for that, but that was so worth it. And Chris is up. Chris with 3 fishing ships, Pl0tter with 3 fishing ships. Pl0tter's like, seriously? I'm stuck with 1 fish. Oh dear. But that's fine. Because in a minute 20, you have 300 wood and you can just fish trap. You're crazy. What's going on here? Why have we got 4 Vils? Yeah. It's happening! It's happening. Oh yeah. Get in there. Get in there. I'm actually surprised we didn't forward dock, knowing that this is our plan. Because it's actually going to take 18 years for this transport ship to get over here. And then we have to find where Pl0tter is. But Chris is like, this ain't a water map. This ain't a water map in any way, shape, or form. You so wanted it to be landlocked. Oh, at the back, yeah, imagine. Imagine if, like, started going this way and then had to come this way. Oh, man, but no. Yeah, without scouting, doing a back dock is actually so risky. Chris has been so lucky that if that was landlocked and that was landlocked, oh, man. The 2 forward docks from Pl0tter. And actually, Chris has got here pretty quick, all things considered. And drops off, and we'll start scouting. And we've got a blacksmith and a barrack. So are we going to commit to feudal, or are we going to wait to castle age? Now, surely Pl0tter goes, Chris has to be on my island. Oh! What's the chances of going out to mill this deer? We're going to see the range, right? We've got such... We sent a 2... Oh, man. Yeah, surely the fact that the deer are running back to... Yeah, you're seeing this path and you're like, what the actual fuck? Surely. Surely. Yeah, there you go. And the scout's going to kill a Vil straight away. Going to kill 2 Vils. Could kill 3, because there's no loom, right? Yeah, that's 3 dead Vils. Loom's not going to come in quick enough. Man. Chris's landing has already got everything it needed. And Chris on their way to Castle Age. Pl0tter with 3 galleys. Like, and it's just going to be like, where's the dock? But the dock's all the way in this little cove. It's actually quite a smart spot. And fish traps. No. But only 1 archer so far. There's definitely going to be like a forward tower, right? Don't run under the TC. Except there's nothing under there, so it doesn't really matter. Whoop. Actually, that's pretty good HP. That's a very good HP trade. Oh! Yeah. All the army's dead, basically. That's actually really good for Pl0tter. But Pl0tter not being in Castle Age is not very good. There's going to be siege on your face, and Dravidians get cheap siege. That wood discount will come into play. Fletching's in. Oh my! Elephant archers. Hello. Man. I think Chris has just turned this into a Chris game. Market for Pl0tter. Scams. I do worry. I don't think this is a good spot for Pl0tter. This is going to be very tough to deal with. And it's going to be scorpions. But we have found the fish. So that is going to hurt the ability to produce long-term elephant archers. So maybe it'll only be a couple. But 230 HP. Although we kind of wasted half its HP for nothing. But Archer's just been a menace. And Scorpion's just going to break their way through. So as Chris isn't even going to worry about this. Chris has got what they wanted from the fishing ships. Yeah, I don't know. Pl0tter just needs to find safe resources. And killing the elephant archer is pretty big, but the scorpions are quite concerning. I guess if you can kind of build up a good enough scout mass. Because this is now just a siege push. What would you think the best response for Pl0tter would have been, Salmon? Looking to the high elo advice? I think really you just want to defend. Add fish in a stable. Yeah, okay. And this is quite annoying, not having the ability to like continue fishing, but you could fish on the front. You do have water 1, right? Fish in a stable probably would have been the correct move. I mean, just scrams are useless here. We'll see how Pl0tter goes. Pl0tter will be in Castle Age. Definitely won't give up before them, but... Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good HP trade for Pl0tter. But just so much siege. Man, and the scorpions, just you can just leave them here on and then just micro the mangonel. Just have the scorpions on stand ground. But Pl0tter doing a good job of just moving eco everywhere. Castle Age will come in. Ooh. Siege Workshop coming down. TC is not going to be long for this world. The good thing is, Pl0tter also gets cheap siege. And, oh, nah. Scorpion's too close. But, actually, this HP trade could be interesting. We need a few more on gold, doing a good job there. And here we go. This is the moment. The micro. Oh no, going for the elephant archer. Oh, the elephant archer's chonkiness just helps a lot. That's one scorp down. 3 for 1. 3 for 1. Oh, the scout kind of got that 1 for 1 at least. But Pl0tter's in a bit of trouble here. Oh, 5 for 1. Almost got a 3 for. Oh. Oh! Pl0tter! You insane man! Oh. Almost. Almost. That mango did get a lot of value though. Sorry. And Chris just moves on. Just keeps going. Oh! Yep. Pl0tter's gonna punch this down. It's actually pretty good. Should be able to, yeah, punches everything down. You man. Make monks. Make monks. And Pl0tter calls the GG. Actually think a monk or two would have been really nice there. And Chris just turned that into a complete Chris game, but Pl0tter gets another mango trade right at the end. I don't know. This dude's a bit of a mango king. Sad no water battles. Oh dear. Well, GG Chris. Yeah, I actually think we're not in a bad position. We've actually, the elephant archers are pretty hard to deal with, I suppose, at this point in time. But we were winning the siege micro substantially. I think Pl0tter could have held on a little bit more, but it's a bit demoralizing when you're in this position. It is a bit of a psychological battle, and Chris does kind of edge you out psychologically in this game. So a good set from Chris. Another 2-0, looking pretty solid. We're interesting to see how Chris fares as people start to figure out a little bit more counter strategy, or what counter strategy there is. But well played, Pl0tter, as well. That's a tough one, but I think should hold their head up high. Absolute beast with the mango micro. Let's have a look at the military. A little bit behind, but geez, like got some real good value there.